Okay. So every time I open up a video, I always say, this past episode was a doozy! So, this episode was quite interesting, I believe. Hey guys, long time no see. Hear from, talk. I think it's been about a week. Let's just get started through this whole thing. I got a little surprise for you at the end of this. But let's roll through the usual this week's things. So, this week's You Tried star goes to Tenzin for trying really hard to get into the spirit world this week. Personally, I feel it's Tenzin's ego of being Aang's son and being the only airbender born from Aang that he can naturally just go into the spirit world. Yeah, no, sorry Tenzin. Nope, sorry. You weren't made for that. You were just made to make babies. That's about it. This week's Jerk of the Week goes to Unalaq! Surprise, surprise! Yep, he's the Jerk of the Week, and not because he's the bad guy, but because of what he did to his son. Look at that. His son works for him. His son does whatever he tells him to, and what does he do to pay him back? Nothing. He leaves his son to basically die from whatever hit him while they were attacking the other spirit portal. Whoa, guys, this is a weird change of setting. It's not in front of my room. Anyway, this is my best friend, Dan.
Hi.
He's not Dan is on fire, but I'll put a picture of his face on top of Dan's body. Just kidding. Anyway, so I decided to invite him to talk with me today, tonight, whatever the time is.
Whichever one.
Because he had some really awesome theories and thoughts, and I'm just like, oh my god, you have to say this. So, let's just start off with the biggest elephant koi in the room, the Masami. Honestly, I think they look cute together, but then I don't like the fact that they waited only a week.
Yeah.
For it to just like bam, kiss and like, oh, let's go to the Chinese restaurant we went to as a date. That really took me by surprise. When I watched the episode, I was screaming like, no, don't. Like,
I was just like, is this scene over yet? Please let it be over.
Honestly, I didn't.
Bolin, walk into the room and have Asami fall in love with you.
What is up with Bolin catching Mako in every dirty act? Honestly, I feel like Bolin would be really cute with Asami.
Yes.
I really think that Bosami
yes.
all the way.
Korra is immature enough that Mako would work with her. and let Bolin, the happy, cheery, fun guy, have the hot future industry scope.
Yes. Another big thing that happened this week was Varric. I love Varric.
Okay, real quick. Is he the jerk of the week?
I said that Unalaq is the jerk of the week. Okay, let me give you my reasons why I said it. It's because he abandoned his son to do his dirty work. So basically his son gets hurt and he's just like, JK, I don't really care, I'm gonna keep doing this. And two, oh god, is it Vaatu? It's Vaatu.
Vaatu, yes.
He's teaming up with
Vaatu.
Vaatu.
Rava is the Avatar spirit.
Right, so he's teaming up with Vaatu. So him being the obvious real threat, I mean, Varric is a real threat, but he's not as big of an endangerment as Unalaq is, because Unalaq is actually trying to release Vaatu.
But that's not actually being jerk-like, that's just being evil. Jerk-like is Varric because, sorry for my English by the way, I'm foreign if you can't tell. Varric is the jerk of the week, I feel, simply because there's this entire conflict that's going on, and all he wants to do is make a profit.
Right.
And then he openly threatens to hurt Asami and Bolin if Mako doesn't shut up.
See, I like Varric because he's a smart villain.
He is a smart villain, but he's still a jerk.
I guess.
He's still a jerk because he's extorting the entire South and the entire Water Tribe Civil War for him to line his own pocket.
Yeah, alright, fine. This week's Jerk of the Week is actually Varric. I was just kidding, guys. So, you heard it from Dan. Jerk of the Week is Varric. Yay! A lot of people are saying that Mako and Asami are doing this as like their whole dating relationship thing is like a whole plot to get Varric out in the open about whatever Varric is doing. And people are saying, oh, Lynn should have caught that because she has her really cool like thing when she's her lie detector bending thing. I don't know what it's called. Sonic, whatever.
The exact same thing her mother had.
Yeah, basically. And so they were like, oh, like Lin Bei falling us.
She feels everything in the earth.
So, but yeah, but they're basically calling her stupid because I'm like, oh, you should know that Mako and Asami are lying or they're telling the truth because you can feel it in the floor. But if you look at the cartoon, if you look at the scenery, the floor is wood. And Lin Bei is actually a very smart woman. You want to give your thing? Well,
seeing as how she was raised by Toph, obviously Toph was there for all of the memorable moments of The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah.
Most notable of which is King Boomy, was it?
Right.
King Boomy and his wise words of wisdom, basically saying, wait for the opportune moment to strike. Lynn, I feel now, is waiting for her opportune moment to strike at Varric, waiting for the exact moment where he presents himself, or waiting to get Mako alone, and then get all of the information out of him that she can. Obviously, she's a trained policewoman, and mastered, well, maybe not mastered, but some kind of detective.
Right.
She had to have gotten into that position somehow, not just because her mother held the position before her, you know?
Yeah, and plus, she trusts Mako, too. I mean, she hired him, and she was like, oh, you can be a detective in a few days if you keep doing well in this work. So she knows that Mako is very smart. You just don't...
And she did team up with him for the entire,
Book 1.
yeah, all
So,
of Book 1. She
just
knows Mako.
Just because he's a rookie doesn't mean that he doesn't know stuff. And I'm finally glad Korra got her stuff together. Like, she's finally, this is what I need to do, and I think this will be her defining moment as an Avatar. Like, Aang's defining moment was defeating Ozai. Well, I think this will be her defining moment, although we have 2 more books to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Dan, for giving us your input. That was really
Thanks for
helpful.
having me here.
I really enjoyed it. Alright, so see you guys next episode. I'm really excited. I don't know if it's going to be a doozy. I always say that, so that's not really much of a surprise because every episode is a doozy. Alright.
Let's be hopeful.
Well, this is going to be awkward. Alright, bye guys!
Later.